Yellow.
Hi. 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 Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody.
Everybody in the club getting tipsy.
You know, the sad thing is that like we're not getting tipsy. We're actually
No, we're drinking coffee.
this is how fucking old we are. We're drinking coffee at like what 8 p.m. your time, 6 p.m. my time.
Yeah, we're doing some old dad, old man, old dude stuff.
That's right. This is like the best of the best. I mean,
This is
like,
like
dude,
this is like the campfire episode right here. Give me
dude.
some s'mores.
Hey, look, coffee, man. Coffee's amazing. I'll have coffee
Mm.
any time of day. Like, it doesn't matter to me. I'll have coffee. It doesn't matter for dinner, lunch. I don't care. I just like coffee.
I'm down for coffee. I'm not always down for the results of coffee though.
Like you're talking about like your famous toilet wall paintings that you make.
I mean, that's gonna happen either way. So we're good there. But I'm saying like I don't always enjoy like I gotta go to bed early because I get up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
So it sucks.
does
Yeah,
coffee fuck you up like that?
not bad, but just enough to make sure that I don't sleep well.
Mm, mm. That's crazy. Okay, look, I'm gonna switch it up because it just hit me. Speaking of fuck up and fucking shit up,
Oh boy.
I think today we're gonna focus on people that are assholes.
I like it.
Okay, and we're gonna go through like the different levels of asshole, right? Because like you could have like the asshole that just like wants to like watch the world burn,
Right.
right? And then there's the asshole that like really just wants to fuck somebody up. Like they really want to destroy a person's well-being, whether physical, mental, doesn't matter, spiritual. They just want to fuck them up, right?
Yeah.
So to me, like somebody that wants to see the world burn, like they're just ones that like they just like chaos, right?
Yeah, like they're more like attracted to the goings on of it burning.
Exactly, right? And then you
Right.
have the other kind.
They're what I like to call the pot stirrers.
Exactly. Okay, so the pot stirs to me. Okay, so I don't know if
All right,
you've
I'm done
been
with my pot
like
stirring tits.
that's a big ass pot. I'm not gonna lie. You were stirring like a big pot.
I mean, if you're gonna stir a pot, it shouldn't be a small one.
Like you're like to
I kind
me.
of might be one of those assholes
y-
sometimes.
Well, uh, um, that, yeah. Okay, look,
But
you are.
what I was trying to say was
You are, and so am I, and we're gonna get to that. But here's the thing, right? So
carry on, sir. Carry on.
the reason why this even came to mind right now is because like I've been hearing a lot about this like Amber Heard Johnny Depp situation, right? And
All day, every day.
yeah, okay. And like I try to zone some of it out or like tune some of it out because like I just don't need that negativity in my life.
Absolutely. I'm looking
But
for pure comedic value.
exactly, right? Exactly. So although there's some parts of this case that are
Oh,
hilarious, and this is the way that Johnny Depp's handling it. But either way, so Amber Heard is an asshole based on what I've heard. Obviously, I don't know the couple. I don't fucking care. I don't know them.
yeah. We caveat: we don't know these people at all.
Right. Like you may
Like they can
think
be
I do.
completely different than what they are on TV.
Right. Like you may think I do, but I don't. And I don't
Right?
know why you would think I do because I don't know anybody.
He
And
really
that's
does.
like I don't even know my neighbor. That's how
He really doesn't know anybody other than like me.
I don't even think I know you yet.
Right?
I'm here to meet you.
You're learning things. You're learning things every day.
I'm still like in the stages of like you and I are in an AOL chat right now. I'm still like on
Nice,
age, sex,
nice,
location. Like I don't know
nice.
enough about it.
ASL, ASL,
ASL, that's right, little
ASL,
ASL. Okay, so
over and over.
ASL question mark. Um, okay, look, so Amber Heard is an asshole, and yes, she's an asshole because she was abusive to her husband.
Took a shit on his bed.
That my man, that is why she is like a level 1 asshole. Because like, dude, like that person was willing to destroy the area that they sleep in just to be an asshole to their significant other. Like, do you realize the
Can we
level of
talk
fucked up?
about just an even more? Let's take that thought and just drive it home deeper by saying, I don't know that I could shit not on a toilet, just on command.
Thank you.
Like, you gotta power through that.
Like, that's okay. Like, that's what I thought about too, right? Because like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Worst comes worst, I will poop anywhere. I'm sorry, I've done it. Side of the road. I mean, emergency situations call for emergency situations, but I don't know if I could poop on demand in a strange place out of spite.
and exactly it.
I don't know if I can do that.
Right. Like you're absolutely right. I am in the same level that you are, where like when the need comes, I got to take care of it, right? I don't like using public restrooms, but I'll use them either way. But I can tell you that I'd rather use a public restroom than shit on my own bed. Like I'll tell you that. so
But
the
hang
level.
on.
Okay,
Do you
okay.
think that changes because they have people to clean it up for them? Do you think rich people are such assholes that they're just like, I don't have to deal with it?
Let me I'm going to answer that for you right here, okay? On another episode, you told me how you have a cleaning person coming to your house.
I do.
Okay. Would you drop a log like in the hallway of your house? Because you know they clean it, right? Like you know they're gonna clean it. But would you drop a Lincoln log in your fucking living room, let's say, because you know she cleans it?
No.
I don't think you would.
No.
Okay,
No,
so
that's embarrassing.
Okay, so going back to your question, no,
I think
I don't
you just
think,
answered it. No,
yeah,
I don't.
I think that she's just that fucked
That
up.
level
like,
of asshole.
Yeah, like she is just that level of like, look, I'm gonna take you down, and I'm gonna take you down with me, and we're both gonna suffer through this log that I'm gonna drop right here. Like,
Yeah,
and
why are all these famous people so fucking crazy?
Okay, here's the thing, man. I think that famous people have always been crazy. I just think that because social media is so prevalent right now, we know more about that shit. Because like like I could see like Elvis dropping a turd on his bed.
Not even on purpose.
Right.
That shit just fell out one day.
Yeah, exactly. Like he right. He had his famous like peanut butter and like bacon
and banana.
Yeah. And that shit's gonna come out. Like
I mean, you're putting in a fast lane right here. Like that's like you're talking about paving a highway.
Yeah, no, like I'm talking about like you have a speed pass. Like you're taking the HOV lane speed pass.
Oh yeah. You're paying the $3. You're doing it.
You're doing it. Okay, so to me, Amber Heard is that type of level of asshole that like she is beyond what society is really ready to deal with in terms of asshole.
I agree.
Right? Like for example, like you and I are probably like society's level of asshole, right? Like I don't think we would ever do anything that like would take you there, like to that level where like people just go like for example, like if they go to like Lacey, right? And Lacey's like, hey, like they invite Lacey to like a party, right?
Right.
And like they're not gonna say, hey, can you not bring Brandon, please? Like last time Brandon was here, he kind of dropped a turd in my bed. Like I just like, okay, that's not gonna happen, right? Like you're not that level of asshole. But there are people that are that level of asshole, and like Amber Heard is definitely one of them. Now, let me give you another one that I believe is at that top of the like the asshole chain, right?
Go for it.
Donald Trump.
I like it.
Okay, that dude, like the fact that he's over here like grab her by the pussy and then just didn't give a shit, like he just owned it, right? Like that's level 1 asshole right there. Like that guy does not give a shit.
Right. I think it's such an asshole that he like doesn't have the ability to give a shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like lost all continents.
No, I'm with you. I am 100% like that's to him, like that's normal.
Right. Like
Right? Like that's like every day.
That's dining room table stuff.
Right, right. Like that's like saying
That's
a
before
prayer.
lunch, folks.
Right,
That's
saying a
before
prayer.
lunch.
Exactly. Yep. Okay, so to me, Amber Heard is in that same level. Now, for those of you that support either Amber Heard or Donald Trump, I mean, with all due respect, fuck you. I mean, like, that's what it's going to come down to. But either way, like, I respect you. You know, I respect you for having an
Right.
opinion and for choosing to have a different opinion. I just,
Right, but if you don't believe that they are savage assholes, we got something else to talk about.
exactly, that's my thing, right? Like it's okay to be in favor of these people if you truly like are on their side, but then you also have to kind of understand that that makes you a little bit of an asshole too. You're not like the level of asshole they are at,
Yeah,
but
like I mean, think about it this way: a lot of people refer to people that follow other people around as minions, and
yes,
minions were designed to be assholes. It was written that way. Like
exactly,
they're assholes to each other, and then they follow people around, and they're assholes to each other, and they follow people around, and they do stuff.
exactly. So let me give you another asshole that I saw in the news this week that I think is at that level. That's Elon Musk.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
I think Elon Musk is a fucking
I
asshole.
think he wears the robe and the sandals of assholes. That is,
Dude, okay. So Elon Musk bought Twitter, right? For like
oh yeah.
$44 billion or something like that. Um, like again, Elon Musk, fuck you. Like the fact that you have that level of money, right? Now,
Yeah, but like, dude, do you see like this dude trolls everything and everyone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
that's why he's an
It's
asshole.
fucking hilarious.
But here's the thing. Okay, so now Elon Musk, to me, he is that asshole that just likes to watch the world burn. Like
Oh, that's a pinky in the brain thing.
yeah, like he just likes to fuck with people, right?
Oh yeah.
And I feel that like he is that rich where he can do that. But I think
Oh
that sometimes he crosses the line between being like that asshole that can like troll and be funny to some of like a little bit of an asshole on the other end too. Like I can see him doing that and I
oh
can see
yeah.
him transitioning.
Oh yeah.
So like I'm not 100% sold that Elon Musk is at like his peak of assholeness yet. I think there's more to him.
It's more to come, folks. More to
More to
come
come.
on.
Yeah, TBD.
Yeah.
TBD
To
for
be
sure.
determined as to
That,
which
that
echelon of asshole Elon Musk makes it to.
fact.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Write that one down, folks. Write that one down. We're going to revisit that at a later time and date.
You should write that shit down. Okay, now here let me give you some other ones, okay? That I feel are also assholes. Okay? And I want you to tell me what you think their level of asshole is. Fair?
Fair.
Okay. You may have heard of this one. I don't know, he's not like nobody really knows him. Kanye West. Do you know who that is?
Yes, I do. Oh, man. That guy's more famous for being hated.
Yes.
But I think it's part of a bigger plan.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I think he's that much of an asshole where he's like, if they hate me or they love me, their name's in my mouth.
Like they're still gonna
It's
buy his
easier
shit.
for him to be like, fuck y'all, I'm gonna do dumb shit and y'all are gonna hate me, but you're still gonna talk about me, and then people are still gonna spend money and buy my stuff.
Ah, that's interesting, dude. I didn't think about it that way, but you're right.
There are some people that love him dearly, and I'm like,
Dude,
Trump's
okay.
to run for president, and
Okay.
that scared me.
Look, I think Kanye West creatively is fucking amazing. Like his ability
Right.
to
I'm separating the
Talent.
musician Kanye West
Yeah.
and the personality Kanye West, I guess. I could
Yep.
definitely do that because I enjoy like you said, the guys that done things musically that like are absolutely insane.
Right. Exactly. So, like to me, musically, he's amazing, but I also think that he's let his music genius kind of like bleed into his normal brain, and now he thinks he's a genius with everything that he does. But now that you put it that way, where you're saying that he purposely is making people hate him because he knows that he's still going to get his shit bought, right? People are still going to buy his
Mhm.
stuff. People are still going to support him. People are still going to be talking about him. People are still going to put him in the mainstream. He's still going to be selling, whatever it is that he wants to sell, right? I never thought about that way. You're right.
Everybody's always buying Yeezys, bro.
Now, do you consider that to be a sellout?
No, because okay, so like that's the funny part is everybody says I hear a lot, especially in the music industry, people bring up the word sellout, right?
Mhm.
Isn't that the point? Like that small little question kind of answers it all for me. Like even some of the best musicians in the world that I've ever heard, that you've ever heard, that everybody in our age groups ever experienced, the only way we know them is because they sold out. Right?
That's fair.
Am I
That's
wrong?
fair. No, I think you're right,
Think
but
about it for a second because look, they wanted the money. That's what moved them to release all this stuff out to the world.
okay, so are you saying that any musician that pursues
Any famous musicians.
and well, hold on, any musician that pursues a famous career, right? Meaning like they want to be well known, right? Like, and I'm talking about well known, meaning like you want to have like possibly a top 40 hit. You want to be able to like, be in like
Oh,
at
there's
least
the
in the
love of
top,
the
be in the
but
top 200, right? Like,
there's the
like
love of the game, and then there's getting paid when it does when you don't love it so much.
okay, so that's where I'm kind of getting at right now is that like, so I realize that some musicians go into it knowing damn well that their careers are going to be eventually like they're going to be selling out. I think you're right. I think that there are some
Oh, the
musicians that
goal's to sell out stadiums, records, like that's the goal.
but I don't
Like
think that's the
even from a creative side, it's to get the music out to as many people as you possibly can. But it's not free. Like,
fair. Okay, so you think that like the music industry as a whole is forcing every musician to sell out.
for the most part, yeah.
Right. Like and I'm talking about like every musician that like
And again,
wants to make it on a big record company. I'm
I
not
also
talking
want to
about
stress that just because they sell out doesn't mean anything. I mean, a
right.
lot of them have gone on to do freaking amazing things with their money.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
No.
so I don't want it to take too much of the negative connotation of being a sellout
I know, and I'm
because
glad you
I think
cleared that out. I'm glad you cleared that up because I definitely agree with you that like there I don't see selling out as a completely negative thing.
but
Um
that's kind of my whole point behind it is that I don't think without selling out what what else how else do you measure your success as a musician?
that's a fair question.
Because like, okay, so you sell so many records, right? You sell them, you make money from that. And then in order to get the awards and the accolades and everything else, it's basically based on record sales
Mhm,
or top 10 lists or whatever, but that also means that you sold the most.
mhm, mhm.
At least in my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm not in the music industry. I surrender. But at the at the same time, like, I'm just saying, I don't think it's such a bad thing. I mean, you've heard, okay, so a lot of, like, me and you listen to a lot of rap.
Mhm.
A lot of rappers have talked about, when I get that first check, when I get that first check, when I get that first check, when I get that first check. Oh, I bought my mom a house. I, brought it back to the neighborhood, did this, did that. If there wasn't a check involved, would it still happen?
No,
Would it
but
would it spark the interest to even try to see if both the talent and the skill and everything else could come together in one? Like, I think the ultimate reflection of an artist is not only the art, but how valuable is it? Like,
okay. So, dude, this is a great topic, by the way. This is a great topic.
it's one of our offshoots, and sometimes they
Dude,
take
and
over.
hey, and it's I think it's gonna take over this one. But here's the thing, right? So I'm gonna go back a little bit because you said that let's talk about rap, right? So to me, rap has been pushed to the demographic of what rap is, right? So like, for example, rap was evolved from storytelling, right? Like, and like being able to tell what's happening in your surroundings, being able to talk about, like the things that happen to you in your life, like the experiences that you've had, things like that, right?
Right.
So the people that were rapping were people that were making money off the music industry, and they were able to get outside or get out of a negative environment, right, and move on to something else. So I think that they were selling this thing that in order for you to get out of the hood or get out of like an oppressed environment or get out of like that hardship that you're dealing with, you're going to use music to get out of that, and it's going to make you money. So you're kind of like you're sold that sellout dream.
Right.
Okay, but I don't
I
but I don't
agree.
think okay, but I don't think that there was like an option. Do you know what I'm saying? Like some of these other genres, I don't think that they've had the same option. And I'm not saying that all genres fall into this either. Like, so for example, like let's say um you take rock, for example, right? So if you take rock, what I'm looking at is that like some of these bands can still survive, or like they know that they can continue playing this music for the love of the music, right?
Yeah, now that they have $6 billion in their bank account.
No, but I'm saying like as a musician, like for example, like coming up, right?
Yeah,
Like
but
in your
think about this. So I don't know a lot of musicians. I'm gonna start off by saying that, but the few that I do know about, no matter what level you're on, there could be. Okay, so I look at it like this: you could be just playing it to learn it. You could be playing it to perfect it, whatever it is. If you're playing an instrument, whatever you're doing
Mhm,
musically,
mhm.
right? But the very next step is, well, is somebody going to pay me to do it? Am I going to do gigs at bars? Am I going to do a gig here or there or a wedding or this or that? But it's for money, right? And then the trajectory is, okay, if I'm constantly booked over and over again every week, I don't have a free time slot for the next 3 months because I'm booked in bars and parties and this and that and whatever. Well, then somebody needs to get my ass on the radio. And then, it kind of goes down that line. But I think what you're kind of getting towards a little bit is, do you think that that's an exact effort to make money off of it from the artist, or is it that that is just the path to get there to where they really want to be?
Well, so that's where I'm getting at. So like I think and again, right, you utilizing that example of rap and all this other stuff, right? Like I think with rap, it's been sold that way. right? Like it's been passed
Right,
on
like
to other
the
people. Like the essence of how to get your music out there, right, is go through a record industry, right? And then like now recently, like a lot more people are starting to build their own production studios, and they're starting to like use some of social media in order to get out there. But the essence of rap was in order to like make it big and get it out, right? Get out
right.
of those hardships, right? With some of the other genres, and again, I could be wrong, and this is where like if you're listening to this and you have an opinion, let us know, because this is
We're
exactly
looking to
what
learn here too, folks.
right. Like we could
Like,
be
don't let
completely wrong.
our narrow ass minds fool you.
Exactly. So 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 that you know, that in mind, right? Like I think that some of these other genres, like going to that example of what you're saying, like yes, they do pursue, hey, I want to like book a gig at a bar, right?
Right.
But I don't think that all musicians are looking at it from a perspective of like, I need to book a bar, or I need to book this next thing. I need to like get out. I don't think that because like
I don't
I
think they're
want to make
looking at it
money.
as a job.
Well,
Like I
but I think some of them are looking at it from a perspective of like, I think there's a couple layers to it, right? I think you have one layer which is looking at it from a, I just want to get my music out there, and the only way that I can get my music out there is through put it to social media, and then I also need to play it locally so that people can start supporting me, right? That's one level. I think there's another level that ends up going from a perspective of, look, I do not have a job because I'm making this thing my primary business, right? Like I definitely believe in myself. I want to move forward. I need to make money somehow. So I'm going to book whatever I can get in order to make money. Then I think there's the third one, which is I just want to get the exposure, make it into a record company. I just want to make it big and I want to become famous.
right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that
Well,
there's
I definitely agree with you that I think there's different schools of thought about it.
right. But I think that like not all musicians fall into that realm of like, I need to take that third avenue, which is I need to become famous. I don't think that all of them are that way. Again, and this is where I think that rap has been sold that way for the past, like, 20 years, right? Like, I mean, like if you look at like, artists like Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z has been pushing this whole thing of like, get the next thing, right? Make money, keep keep doing what you need to do. I think now the rap genre is starting to turn in that essence, and this is where I think some of the other genres have been advanced in this area, right? Where I think some of these genres now are, or rap now is looking at it as like, use what you can, or make the industry support you, and use them as much as you can to build your own shit.
True.
Do you see what I'm saying? So like, so
Well,
that's where,
the tides are turning for sure.
yeah, and I think that that's one of the advantages that other genres have had, not because necessarily they've been out longer, but I think that the way that they're received has been different.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, like again, right? For example, like if you were to go to a restaurant, right? Let's say you go to like an American Grill restaurant. If I told you today, hey Brandon, we're gonna go to, fuck, I'm gonna say TGI Fridays, just because it's
Ooh.
that's because it's like it's known everywhere, right? Everybody
Right.
knows about it. But I have not gone to a TGI Fridays in forever. But so if I say to you, hey Brandon, at this TGI Fridays in, I don't fucking know, Wisconsin. Let's go in
Yes.
Wisconsin, okay?
Where they have all the cheese.
If I told you you have to bet your Beamer, right? That either, so there's a band tonight. There's a live act tonight at the show, at the restaurant. And I said to you, you had to bet your Beamer. Would you bet that there is a rock band there, or would you bet that there's a rapper there?
Rock band all day long.
Exactly. So I think
Gonna
because
be
of that,
Steve and the Killers all day long.
right? Doing like Styx cover
Not just sticks. I mean, they're gonna go full blown Phil Collins.
Oh dang. Okay.
Oh, but that's a TGI Fridays crowd, man.
But
You gotta.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying that like for the most part, it's more common for you to see a rock group.
Oh, it would definitely be Steve and the Killers over DJ Jazzy Joe.
Right, exactly. And I think that is starting to change a little bit. I think that is starting to like, kind of change from that, because like back in the day, right? Like, like you wanted to have
rappers
a life.
Didn't really have that.
Exactly.
I mean, other than like rap battles and stuff like that, but I don't know. Like, if I could be wrong, I've never been to one. I know they exist, but like rap battles, do you really get a lot out, or isn't everybody there just trying to rap?
What do you mean get a lot out?
Like, are you getting your music out to people, or is it just or, like if you're standing in a room and everybody's a rapper, you really getting it out?
That's true. That's true. No, well, no, like so with rap
But I guess
battles,
it doesn't matter.
well, no, like so like for example, right? Like with rap battles, I think and I think it does matter, because like so with rap battles, I think that
I
you
only
have
think that rap battles are prevalent for rap music because of 8 Mile. So, quick caveat.
I love the honesty. Love it.
I just got to throw it out there.
Be rabbit. But no, like I think with rap battles, I think that you had a little bit of both, right? So people were showing their lyrical abilities, but at the same time, they were also selling their mixtape out in the trunk of their car. You see what I'm saying? So I think that like,
but I also think that they were selling their mixtape in order to have the financial means to cast out a broader net.
oh, so you think that they were using that as their leverage point, just like I was talking about how some of these other genres have been using like restaurants and bars and stuff like that. Is that what you're saying? Okay. And that
Like,
that makes
I
sense.
also think that, I mean, dude, we've all listened to rap for a long time now. It some of them, it may be to take the hustle legit. You know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And they just might be good at putting stuff together. You know, that just may be part of it, right?
Yes, sir. I
So you
completely
got
agree
that
with you.
part on there, and then like now again, don't know any of these people, don't know what's inside their brains, don't know what their driving force is. But if you look at somebody like, if you were to compare, okay, like Eminem and give me somebody else from the 2000s. Anybody
The
else?
2000s. I don't know. Joe Budden.
Chingy.
Perfect. Perfect.
Do you think they were both like, I get the feeling, now this may be because it was a movie and everything else, but I get the feeling like Eminem was truthfully just trying to be the best rapper ever.
Oh, and you think that Chingy was more pursuing
Chingy was more
the
like,
famous aspect.
Can I get $1?
Yeah. Okay. No. I 100% agree with you there. And that's where like,
and that's where I just wanted to bring up a statement that proves even your point about it, is that there are a lot of different reasons. I don't, I mean, did 50 Cent really want to be 50 Cent?
Right.
I mean, who wants to be pocket change?
Well, and that's the thing, right? Like, I think again, like you touched on this, so I'm gonna bring it up, right? So, like we talked about just now, the whole rap game, right? And some of these rappers that get into it in order to kind of like filter their money, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I 100% agree with you that I also think that there's that fourth level that's kind of the under the unwritten rule, right? Or the unwritten option, right?
Which is side hustle.
Right, exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, side hustle.
Which I think a lot of musicians take. I'm not sure. Again, I don't know about the other genres. I don't know.
I don't know if there's a lot of drug dealers that are
Like, I
now
can't
country
see.
music stars.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't see Avril Lavigne fucking like,
Slanging
dropping
dope on the corner.
right, exactly, dropping a mixtape in order to like buy, a kilo so that she can flip it. I can't see that, right? So, but
Flip
like
it, whip the baby,
right. But I could see like definitely
triple it up real quick.
but definitely like other rappers I know have done this, and they talk about it in their music, right? Like they specifically say
It's
that
not like
it's not
we're
secret.
we're not speaking any new things, even
Right.
if it is just fiction.
Right. Exactly.
Even
But you're
if
right.
it's for theatrical
Right.
reasons.
And again, I think you see what I was
like. My thing is like the big term that you hear a lot of, and again, maybe that might be the difference between the artist individually and the industry itself. Maybe that's where it is. See, we're learning stuff by talking it out right here.
I know what I'm saying, but what do you mean by that?
Because I think the money gets shoved down everybody's throat by the music industry because they know they can make money off of it if they can get the artist to agree to go bigger and bigger and bigger. So I think the little spice of money is dropped in there more so by the record executives than maybe most artists.
No, absolutely. And here's the thing, man. Like I'm glad that you brought this up because like this is an area that honestly I was naive for the longest time about. I had no idea. Like I had a discussion with Nicole recently where she was telling me about like we had a discussion about Machine Gun Kelly, which I'm gonna come back to that right after I say this. So while having that discussion, like I had no idea that option of I'm just in it to become famous and I'm just in it to make this my bitch and use it so that I can like get the money and like use that stardom and my exposure and my fame in order to build something else. I didn't know that people went into the music industry for that. Like to me, like people went into the music industry one because they wanted to like, have their music heard, and then two because they wanted to get famous or they wanted to get money, but never to hustle the music industry or see the music industry as a hustle. So then that way they can actually build their own thing. I didn't know that. So, and the reason why, like, I'm happy that you brought this up is because going back to that conversation that I had with Nicole about Machine Gun Kelly, like, it was like he came out of nowhere. Like we were watching, like some music video, and then, while that music video came out, like she was asking me, like, did you hear that Machine Gun Kelly was touring with Avril Lavigne? To which I was like, what? Like Machine Gun Kelly with Avril Lavigne? And she was like, yeah. And then like we like started looking at his stuff and like listening to some of the music that he had, and all of that shit, dude, is like him basically selling out. And he says it that he's selling out in order to make money and to be famous so that he could continue on to bigger things. And again, like I was naive about that because I had no idea that was even an option. I didn't know.
I mean, and that's what I mean is I think there's different people that do it for different reasons.
Oh, absolutely.
But I do believe those different reasons exist.
They sure do. They sure do.
Some I would put, so to bring it all home, I would put the people that just do it in order to hustle it to do they might be in that asshole category a little bit.
Okay. So you think Kanye West started because he was making music in order to like, because he had a passion for it, and then eventually his vision turned, and that's when he like fucking went off the rails, or at least what it appears to us being off the rails.
I think but see, that's where I think the stages might be at a little bit of a different time. So I think the money came, like it just happened to be that the stars aligned and he got the first in, tasted the money, and then proceeded to make so much money. Like there is a thing, and it's been talked about by many different people, but fuck you money exists. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
You get fuck you money and your outlook changes a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and then the individual dollar no longer matters as much. And then maybe, maybe you're buying freedom. Maybe
Hmm.
that's the thought process behind it, to where you can literally say or do whatever you want.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Because like
And
Kanye could literally go on any social media platform and literally say anything he wants. Doesn't matter.
I mean, he has. I mean, like,
That's my point.
um,
But I
no,
think it becomes now, okay, so to your point, there's even another stage all the way at the end when you get past the point where you have more than enough money, where you're like, now I'm just going to do dumb shit and see what people do.
now, okay. Now, do you think Elon Musk is in that level?
Absolutely.
Okay, got it. Okay,
Absolutely. I
okay.
would put him there. I mean, I think Elon Musk is probably the most outward about it,
Hmm.
but all the elite,
Yeah, like you
that's
put like
them.
Jeff Bezos in there.
Oh,
You put like Bill Gates, all those motherfuckers in there.
all of
Okay.
them.
Yeah.
All of them. All
Yeah.
the politicians, all the billionaires, whatever. Because you got to think about it. Like, now they do the same thing.
Hmm.
Donald Trump ran for president
Yeah, true.
and won.
True. True. Very true.
So if that's not a definition of fuck you money, I don't know what is.
That's true. Okay, fair enough. But now to
And Kanye was trying to do the same thing.
he's still doing the same thing. He's getting there, man. I think he'll eventually get there. I don't see him failing in that aspect, man. Like, I mean, like you said, the guy has basically said whatever the fuck he wants, and he gets away with it. And again, I'm not hating on the fact that he
I
gets
think
away
it
with it.
truthfully is that he's not trying to please anyone individually,
Hmm.
which I don't know. Like,
I mean, we've preached about that too.
some people preach about doing just that.
Hey, you and I have done it. Exactly. Fuck, you just flipped this shit completely on me. So now, am I that level of asshole then?
Maybe we just haven't got there yet.
Now, are we that level of asshole with this podcast?
I don't think so, man. I don't.
Okay. I was hoping you would say that, because that's where
I don't
I
think so,
see it.
because I feel like uh, money's never been a conversation.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You
That's
know
a
what I
good point.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, I seek this podcast to become popular so
Mhm.
that I can feel cool about the fact that I was able to reach other people. It's free
You're,
to watch everything we do.
bro,
Doesn't cost $1.
bro, you're already cool in my book.
But I'm just saying,
I like
it's
how
more about
you-
the warm and fuzzy, Nelson. Come on.
I like how I say to you, "Hey, you're cool in my book," and you're like, "I don't give a shit. I'm gonna continue on my rant. Fuck you and your praises for me. I'm gonna
Fuck your
continue."
Saturday flyer.
No,
Oh, man,
you're
just
right,
sold,
man.
just brought me the, what did they call it? The penny saver.
Oh my god, no, like, but you're right, man. We definitely have not done that with this podcast, and we haven't done even like talking about it. Like, we've never really put a value to it. Like, it's more of
No.
a like a good
And dude, our
feel.
conversations, even in the beginning, pre-podcast, were more. They were so bro-ish.
That's true. That's true.
Like, you guys might as well be talking to Chad and Chad right now. I'm surprised we don't wear polos and pop the collars. That's how bro-ish we were when we were talking about it. It sounded like two 15-year-old kids ranting about what we were going to do for the rest of our lives.
Sup,
Sup, man.
sup, man, sup, bro,
Sup, dude.
sup, dude, sup, dude,
Sup.
Okay, you know what? Those sud dudes, fuck them. They're assholes. They are assholes. Not the guys that made it funny.
No.
The people that actually say
People that
Sud, dude.
legitimately use that
Yeah.
and don't mean it in a funny way.
Right,
Like,
right,
they literally mean "What's up, man?"
right. Like, they are just full on, like, that's their life.
Right.
Okay, fair enough. So here's another thing, right? So I'm now gonna switch it because fuck famous people, right? I'm gonna switch it to like our own
Oh
shit.
boy.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
it's gonna get personal up in here.
Get out the shovels, folks. It's getting deep.
So, dude,
This is what happens when we record late at night.
it does. This is truth. Um, okay, so
I say it's late. It's 9:15 p.m.
yeah, it's not. It's late. It's
I'm old.
okay. I'm old. I'm old too. Okay, but look. So here are some asshole things that I do, and I know I do them, and I can't help it. I've tried to adjust them. I can't do it. I'm gonna name one right now.
See if I can co-sign.
Dude, there's a couple of them for me. One, I cannot remember people's names when I meet them. I cannot remember them.
Ooh.
I feel like I'm an asshole for that because like people always go like, "Hey, this is Stacy," and I'm like, "Sure, yeah." And then like next time I see them, like I'm like, "Isn't your name like I don't know, Monty?" They're like, "No, it's not that at all." But I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like I just don't care.
Well, and I kind of feel like an asshole in a little bit of a different way, but I'm terrible with names as well. But I will have full-blown conversations with people, and their name is irrelevant to me. And like, I have the same exact slick way of asking people what their name is.
What is that?
It's typically when I'm like, oh, like, we should go do this one time or whatever. After having a conversation with somebody, cool, whatever. Oh, next time you go to play golf, shoot me a text, whatever. Okay, what's your phone number? Yeah, spell your name.
Oh, see, that's a good one.
And then once I put it in my phone, I always put it as like whatever they tell me their name is plus what we were talking about. And then it's easier for me to remember people's names.
Except when they're like their name is Brandon too, and then they're like,
oh, that's
how do you spell that?
Yeah,
same as yours, man. Same as yours.
Yeah, but typically people spell it wrong. So
yeah, that's true. They always go with a DEN.
Brendan,
Brenda. Okay. So you say that you find their name irrelevant. Now,
well, it's just not in a disrespectful way. You say
No.
that like I'm like fuck your name, bitch. No,
I mean,
it's more like maybe sometimes
right.
Maybe it might be, but it's more like I don't need to know your name to have a conversation with you.
Like you, yeah.
I think that's because I talk to so many people in my life, though.
Dude. But that's exactly it. Like we can have a conversation, and don't dwell on the fact that I don't remember your name. Like I remember the conversation. Like I can recite. Don't get me wrong.
I feel bad as shit later when I'm like, yeah, I was talking to that guy. That one that was over there next to the other guy.
Yeah, like you go like the guy that like
he never even told me his name. I don't know. I didn't ask. Figured I'd never talk to him again. I don't know.
Okay, so does that make you an asshole or not? Or is more of the fact that like
it's a trick question.
No. Or hold on. Or does it really go back to your statement of it's irrelevant? And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in like it doesn't matter in the context of anything, whether or not I remember your name. Like I'll remember the conversation.
I'll remember. Me treating it that way just helps me feel better about it.
Okay, fair enough.
But I don't know whether I'm an asshole for that.
Okay, I'm gonna go with I am. Because
you sit there and think about it.
No, dude, like, okay, look.
This motherfucker's talking.
Let me tell you.
I don't have a clue as to what his name is, and he told me.
Like, let me tell you, like, the level of assholeness I have around this, okay? So when people go like, hey, this is my friend, blah, 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 I literally stop listening at hey. Like, I am literally like now Like if I'm in
subconsciously, I'm 4 thoughts ahead of that.
right, exactly. And that's what I mean. And I don't mean that in like a disrespectful way. It's
We
just the
might not be
fact that
assholes. We may just be crazy.
we may just have
Mental
ADD.
problems.
Yeah, we might just have attention deficit
right.
disorder.
We do have, well, at least I do. But
We'll
maybe
see.
that's why I'm okay with it.
Right. That's why, like, now I'm more of an asshole. Okay, but look, so the way that it is for me is that, like, they're like, hey, let me introduce you to blah, blah, blah. And like, again, I stopped listening at hey, because for me, and maybe it's my anxiety, maybe it is like mental issues, but for me, like, I'm already going like, okay, well, I have to shake this guy's hand or girl, right? Whatever. I don't want to fuck up the handshake, because if I fuck up the handshake, then I'm going to think about it all fucking day that I fucked up the handshake. Like, that to me is more traumatizing than not remembering the person's name.
Absolutely.
So like, I think that that's why for me, I don't care about the name, because I have to put my efforts into other things that are not as problematic, or like they don't cause me stress. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's where, like, I still feel like I'm an asshole there.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple asshole things that I do.
Oh, hit me.
But I mean, I think it's like avoid the shit out of people.
I do that too, man. I do that too.
Like but like even people that I do know what their name is, and it's like if I don't want to talk to them, I will have the entire conversation in my head that I'm going to have with them or be forced to have with them beforehand. So then I give up and change my plans and walk a different direction.
I do the same thing, dude. I do the exact same thing. Like,
And I feel like an asshole for that.
Yeah, you are an asshole, because I'm an asshole for it too. Like, because I do that. Like, you're right. Like going to that example, have you ever done the thing where
there's
somebody,
fucking Steve.
yeah, exactly.
He's gonna bring up the Mets. I gotta go. Fuck. My calendar says I have an opening to take a shit right now. I gotta take
on
this.
my bed.
I
bed.
gotta take this. I'll be back.
Exactly. No, like,
And you've been on the phone with no one.
right. Right. No, like, you've been sitting in the car just like listening to some 90s rap, just like, okay.
You're actually watching Netflix on your phone.
Right.
You're not on a conference call.
Right. You're like on the 7th
You've
season
been
of
watching
like
HBO Max.
right. Like, you've been on the 7th season of Walking Dead. You're like, well, I guess I should go back in. You started at season 1 in the car.
Right.
That's how much you avoid people.
You started watching The Wire from season 1, episode 1.
No, dude.
Hashtag
seriously.
too much time on your hands, folks.
No, dude, you're dead on. I never thought about that, but I do that as well.
But
the other
like,
thing,
I feel like they still get me because I have that conversation in my head of like, oh, this dude's gonna want to talk about this and this.
like, it's like it was still
I don't
draining.
even
Like,
right.
it was still draining for you. Like, you
And
didn't
all
even
you
have the
did,
conversation.
like you didn't even actually like have eye contact. You just know that they're somewhere. And you're like, oh, I can't do it. Can't do it. Not
Dude,
today.
That's so dead on.
I don't have the patience today.
That is so dead on. Dude, you know the other thing that I know I'm an asshole with, man, like, and I've apologized to people that I care about so many times for this, and like, I continue to apologize. I don't know how to control it, people. I really don't. I'm sorry. It doesn't mean that I don't love you. It doesn't mean that I don't care about you. It doesn't mean that I'm
Hold
not
on.
like.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
What's that?
I'm sitting on the edge of my seat right now. I gotta hear it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Because if it's what I think it is, I am co-signing like a motherfucker.
It's the fact that, like, I don't follow up with people, man.
Bro, you don't answer the goddamn phone.
Exactly.
This motherfucker will look at his phone ringing and go, nah.
Dude,
I'll call him back later. And by later, he means next year.
Dude, I'm sorry. I love you. You know I love you. But like, I don't know what it is, man. I find that so draining.
But okay, and see, I think this is why me and you are actually perfect together, because you would rather have those quick fire conversations via
absolutely.
text message
100%.
or some kind of way where it's kind of
Immediate.
right, immediate and with little interpersonal action, right?
Yes.
Right, like
100%.
I am the exact opposite, because now, okay, I have to throw a caveat in there. There's a reason why.
Oh, okay. Call it out. I want to hear it.
So professionally, I have been told that I am too direct in
Messages.
written correspondence
Oh,
on several occasions. Like, I have the uncanny ability to send you a text message and make it hurt without realize, like, and I'm not even trying.
like
Like,
you're
I'm
probably texting
literally
me.
just shooting facts, and it's like people are like, what why is this guy so fucking mean? And I'm like, what did I say? Like,
Oh my god, dude.
so like I got to a point where it was like, okay, face to face it is for me, because I'm not going to be told that I'm an asshole when I'm really not being an asshole. But so like I kind of got used to more of that. So like text messaging is that same amount of taxing to me now. Where
I
like just like it's hard for you to pick up the phone, it's hard for me in certain situations to communicate via text message or any kind of message or written communication.
okay, okay. I'm glad you brought this up. I'm really happy you brought this up because let me give you my side of that thing too, because that explains really well why it is that you don't send text messages. Because you're right, like there are some times where you have like one question, but you'd rather call instead of just sending the text message, right?
Right.
So the reason why I don't like talking on the phone and why like it's so draining for me, it's because like, and again, I don't know if this goes back to my anxiety. I don't know if I'm ADD. I don't know. I don't. I mean, or I don't know if I have ADD. I don't know. I don't know if you have or am. I don't know which term you use. But anyways,
I identify as ADD.
right. It's ADD. Okay, so for me, when I make that phone call, it's not just having a dialogue with somebody. Like I am sitting there analyzing everything that's happening in that phone call. Okay. So I'm analyzing your tone of voice. I'm analyzing like how long you take between your statements or how long it is that you take between my statement. Right. It takes me it takes a lot of me because I'm so in tune to those things. So in reality, like I'm probably not even listening to what you're saying. I'm listening to the things that the way you say them and what's happening around them. And that's why that is so draining to me because like I never really grasp on what it is that you really want out of the phone call, right? Because like, and this is where like it's really bad for me to follow up because I can't just do the small talk because it's not just small talk for me. It's not like there's so many layers to it. So it's not just a simple like I pick up the phone and I go, hey man, how's it going? Like, how are you? Like, how's life? How are it doesn't happen that way for me. For me, literally, is like, oh my God, I haven't talked to them in this amount of time. They're probably not gonna answer the phone. Fuck, they probably hate me. It already rang 3 times. They usually pick up at 2 times. Oh shit, now they picked up. Fuck. I wasn't thinking that they were gonna pick up. I only planned for a voicemail. You see what I'm saying? Like that
This
all goes.
episode is brought to you by Adderall. Folks, I'm sorry, but I have to stop you for a second because you are a poster child for ADD, my brother. Like, I'm just saying, because, like, don't get me wrong, my brain does the same thing, but I almost enjoy that part of it because I can
Really?
hear the tone. So, like, if you send me a text message and you're like really excited about something, I also analyze it like, well, if they were that excited, why didn't they call me? Why did they text me?
Oh,
They
that's
text me
so
because they're not
funny.
really that excited and they just want to act like they're excited to make me happy, even though that I'm sitting here not happy because I'm questioning the fact whether they're actually excited.
That's so funny, dude. I didn't even think about it that way.
So that's where that personal connection and being able to hear tone of voice, excitement, stuff like that, that's the feedback I'm actually looking for on
That's
certain things, because people aren't always like, especially when me and you are having like creative conversations
yeah,
about this podcast or anything that we're doing together.
yeah.
Um, it's very important to me to hear it, because there is a difference in the passion that you have for one particular thing over another. There's a difference in it that you almost can't talk about.
That's so funny, dude. That's
And
hilarious.
that's where that is with me. Like, a lot of times I'll admit, when we're talking about what we're doing here, I want to talk to you on the phone to really hear your, I don't want to say unsolicited
Yeah,
feedback,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
those like sharp instant thoughts, instead of giving you time to like think about it and then type it out.
Like you want the raw reaction, not
Exactly. I don't want
yeah.
the, and that also lets me know where to go with the next part of the conversation. So it almost leads me down a road. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Goddamn coffee.
Yeah, don't fucking hiccup in this episode. I'm just kidding.
But no, like, think about it. Like, when we're talking about things, you could, if I say something, and I just text it to you, you could type out the whole thing and it'd be this big long thing, and then you could delete it all and be like, okay.
Mm,
But you could be super excited about it. There might be something else going on. You might be having to answer a quick message for work or do this or do that. But that's why you just typed okay and hit enter and then did your thing, and we're going to come back to it. But then I'm sitting there hanging on a cliff, like, just okay.
that's crazy.
But if I was on the phone with you, you'd be like, hang on one second. I got to talk to this person real quick. They got just asked me a question for work. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, back to what we were talking about. I could hear that. I could feel that.
Yeah, yeah. That's
And that's almost good for me, because then because at the end of the day, they're not all great ideas.
that's so funny, dude. So like this entire time, like that I've been texting you, right? Like you're probably like, this motherfucker's just like fucking half-assing this shit. Like he probably doesn't
Well,
care.
no,
Hey,
because we've had a combination of both. Like, we have a combination of both. I try to bend to your preference
yeah.
in an effort to make you comfortable, just like you answer the phone more often for me to make me comfortable. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah, 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 yeah.
So I feel
Absolutely.
like we get we've reached a common ground where it's a little bit easier for both of us to go in the direction that we're not supposed to. But that's just me and you, because we already know at the core of things, we've had face-to-face conversation, in person, about what we have going on, which is even another layer.
That's so funny, dude. Like, I swear I never looked at it that way at all. Like to me, like it was like the way that I saw it was only from my point of view, right? Which was like, but I'm giving you like because like when I take the time to actually write my response, like I've taken the time to actually look at the response. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's the most purest of my responses at all. While you are looking for raw, I'm looking for the most thought out response to
But
said
can
exchange.
can you not agree with me that sometimes a more well thought out response isn't the response that you need?
No, absolutely.
You know what I'm
I'm with you.
saying?
No,
You
no, no.
need that shotgun response
I,
sometimes.
I 100% agree with you. I definitely I know that there are times where I've seeked that for sure. Um, but again, like for
But I
me,
hope you know that regardless, when it comes to me personally, if I have that kind of response, I might type the word okay and hit enter to you, and then your phone's gonna ring.
yeah, 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 yeah. And you actually have done that. You're right.
But I
You
do that on purpose,
yeah, you
because
have
I
done that.
also I also don't want my feelings to come across A, the wrong way, or B, as fake.
That's so funny, dude.
Especially when it's a topic that is important to me.
Yeah, no, and you know what? Like, it's funny because there are some text messages that I've gotten from you where you're just like, okay, right, and then I'm like, oh, all right, that's cool. And then I talk to you on the phone, and then you're like, no, dude, like seriously, I've been thinking about it all day. Like, I want to like make sure that we do this. I actually went out and bought X, Y, and Z. I have it set up, and I'm like, damn, but you just said okay earlier, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But that's
yeah,
because it's
yeah,
hard for me. It's also I feel like my brain moves faster than I can type.
yeah. I see what you're saying.
But at the same time, like this is the funny part. Like I hate reading, but one of the things that I feel like I do, and like I feel like that's how I take in the world, is I spend my life reading the world around me.
Mhm.
And I don't mean like reading words. I mean like reading,
No, no,
like
no,
trying to picture what's going on and everything around me.
and that's not draining for you?
It's absolutely draining, but that's why I take ADD medication.
Fuck, maybe I need that shit. Because I'm serious, man. Like that shit has always been an issue with me. Where like
Part of the
that's
reason
why.
I don't sleep is because of the fact that I can't turn my brain off and stop
Well,
thinking about everything around me in the world.
you and me both, dude. You and me both. And like yeah, I mean, it's funny because like I said, I never saw it that way. The way that you're describing the way that I interact. But again, like I also want to kind of give you guys an example of what happens in my head and why it is that I can't really, because it's not the fact that I don't enjoy talking to you,
But
right? Like,
maybe the difference is everybody has their own preference, maybe?
okay, like
Because I look at hang on, there's one thought I gotta get out
no,
because
please, yeah,
I have I have a way of thinking about it that when I'm going through life, just like a lot of guys in our situation, dads, dudes, guys, men, whatever, people in general, feel like we walk around with the weight of the world on our shoulders, right?
yeah,
Like we
yeah,
feel like we
absolutely,
got a billion and one, we got more thoughts than we got space in between the bones
yeah.
all the time. When I'm doing something that allows me to take all of that like a big jacket and take it off and feel not so overwhelmed, I want the other people that are involved in that to feel it. So that's
mm.
where I want the visual. That's where I want the face to face or over the phone or what we're doing right here. That's why I want that.
That's so interesting, dude. That's
And I
very
only get
interesting.
that about a limited amount of things.
And but you know what's funny is that like I'm analyzing what you're saying as I'm like watching us have this conversation, like and like so the reason why like I'm laughing kind of is because like I don't find this draining.
Not at all,
And I
because
don't
our weights are sitting on the floor next to us because we're
yeah,
not, you know, because we're truly involved in this, and this is something that we truly love to do.
that's dude, that's fucking well thought out. Well said. You've
Golf
been
also brings me to that spot. I mean, and I find that finding anything in that territory for me as a 37-year-old dude is way more important than it ever was in my life.
100%. 100%.
Way
And
more important.
yeah, and I think you're right. And I think that that's where our evolution is occurring now, right? Where we are actually prioritizing the things that allow us to put that jacket down,
Right.
right? That heavy ass jacket.
Well, like folks, I know that you guys can't see it from your end at home, but we spend, I would say, over the course of a 7-day period, we spend probably at least what, 8 to 10 hours on what we do here.
Yep, absolutely.
Um, in so many different ways, and it's two guys who we were afraid in the beginning that we wouldn't even have an hour to give up a week
You're
to
right.
do it, both of
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
And we spend 8 to 10 hours a week as of right now, and both of us have a want to spend 100 hours a week just working on this. And I think it's because the allure of being able to put all the other stuff down and just focus on something that we truthfully love.
No, I you nailed it, dude. That you're dead on. That's exactly the way that this thing is, and that's why you're right. That's why, and that's why it's rewarding, right? Because
Right.
like there's the piece of it where you're just like, well, fuck, that shit took no effort. Like seriously, like you know what I'm saying? Like out of
Oh,
the things in my life that took zero effort, and I see the value in the outcome, right? Like,
absolutely.
yeah,
And I'm telling you, you guys, like every single one of these for both of us, we've both had this conversation. Is this thing feels like it only takes 15 minutes?
yeah, absolutely,
And
absolutely,
sometimes we're sitting here for 2 hours, 3
yeah,
hours, 4 hours. Like it doesn't matter. I mean, we try to record multiple episodes a week. But it's not because we want it to be anything else. It's because we love the interaction with
yeah.
each other. We love the fact that we're both working on something together.
Yep, exactly. No, you nailed it, dude. Like you've consumed your fucking Lord Byron uh Lord Byron
Kobe,
medicine today. You're fucking
R.I.P.
yeah, you're fucking you're fucking articulate as fuck today. I mean, you're articulate
Dude,
always,
it's
but
the coffee. The coffee.
the coffee, hey.
Old Cafe Bustelo.
No, dude, I think you nailed it. Now I don't feel so much of an asshole for myself. I mean, I'm still an
Right?
asshole, but I don't
But
feel so much of an asshole.
let's be honest, we're still assholes.
That's a fact. That's
We
I'm
still
not.
laugh when people fall down.
Oh, 100%, 100%, dude. Like I'm the type that like I will probably trip somebody. I will trip somebody.
Watch out for that floor. It's wet.
Yeah, exactly.
After
That's
they're already face first.
yeah.
That's
Dead
me
on.
all day.
That's me too. That's me. And then like
Told you.
I'm gonna laugh on the inside, and then I'm gonna look down at you and be like, "Are you okay?" And then if you laugh back, then I'm gonna laugh like
Oh, you
a
don't have to
fucking.
laugh. All you have to do is say, "Yeah, I'm fine," and then I'm laughing.
You just need
Like if you
verification that
made the
they're not dead.
commitment, I'm in. It is now okay. You have given permission for the bullshit to commence.
Oh my god, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. You know what? I
I say
think
we're all a little bit of assholes. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think we all are,
Maybe
man. I
there's a
really do.
necessity for that in life.
Yeah, I really do. And it's just a matter of what level asshole you
Let's
are.
say what
Like
level and what method in which you choose to go that route.
just don't be a fucking Amber Heard. Don't be a
But okay,
Kanye.
last
Don't
comment
be
on the Amber Heard thing.
bring it.
Do you think that it got there from the 1-up game? Like, do you think this is do you think this is a game of bet I won't?
like you think Johnny Depp's last move was taking a piss in the closet?
Yeah,
And then like she was just like, fuck
yeah,
you,
but
hold my beer. I got this.
I don't think he was doing it to piss her off. Like he was probably just all fucked up. and dude, I mean, when you got a bathroom the size of Johnny Depp's, you could probably mistake it for the bathroom.
That's true, huh?
Or a closet the size of Johnny Depp's, you could probably mistake it for a bathroom. And then she's like, "Oh, you pissed on the floor in the closet? Watch this. Got your ass. Shit in the bed."
Look, I could see that happening, but again, I can't fathom me doing that because I don't think that I am in that level of asshole where I am willing to shit in my
I can't
bed.
shit in my own bed.
Right. Like I just can't.
I own multiple toilets.
Like
I'm at a point in my life where I own them. Like they're mine.
like you know what that shit sounded like, dude? It sounded like you just had a backyard full of toilets. Like
Just got a pile of toilets in the backyard.
Yeah, that's exactly what that sounded like.
No, I just got three of them in my house.
You're
maybe
dude,
3.
You're
That's bougie.
That's bougie as fuck, dude.
I got 3 toilets.
You got 3 toilets. Do you like? You're probably the type that like you like piss in one, shit in the other, and like the other one you just kind of like fucking flush once in a while just to like make sure it doesn't have that little black ring around it.
Well, no. I'm not that bougie. There's not.
There's purpose for them.
I am not 50 Cent. There's not wings of my house that I've never been in. Like no, folks. It's not that grand. But no, like I feel like there's 3 of us that live in the house. So
You
like
guys could all like go at the same time.
right.
You guys can have like a battle shits.
Yeah. I mean, and that was a selling point to the house.
Battle shits?
Well, just 3 people being able to use the bathroom. I mean, think about it. Like before that, it was 1 bathroom.
That's true, huh?
You ever share a bathroom with 2 women? You have,
I do currently.
right? It's
Yeah,
terrifying.
it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, but at least you got a teammate.
I do have a teammate.
I got the dog.
Yeah, that's true, huh? You don't have a
Shit's
teammate.
outside.
I-
He's like, nah, fam, nah.
Okay, like, look, even your dog is not willing to take a shit in the bed. Like, come on,
I
man.
don't know.
Lincoln is
He
not going
might
to take
be
a shit in
willing.
the bed. Lincoln's not going to take a shit in your bed.
No,
Yeah, see, told you. Amber
it'll be
Heard
awkward
will.
to him. Amber
That'll be
Heard's definitely
awkward
gonna...
to him.
Now, let me ask you a question too. So, like, this whole lawsuit is a defamation suit,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
How's she ever gonna date anyone else? Like,
That was exactly my question when I was listening to all this shit. Like, who is going to
like
be?
how
like,
is she
you-
gonna move on? Who's gonna make the correct state of mind decision? Like, she got mad and shit in her ex's bed.
Like-
Sign me up.
Okay, like you realize that, like, okay, you know how like when like when people introduce people, right? Like, for example, like if I come to somebody somewhere, right, and I bring you and I go, hey, this is my boy Brandon, right? Like they're gonna be like, Brandon. Oh, you're Brandon from the podcast, right?
Right.
Okay. You realize that with Amber, like forever on is gonna be like,
Oh,
oh,
you're the guy that
Amber.
shit the bed?
Yeah, you're the one that shit the bed. Okay, yeah, okay. Like that's never gonna go away.
Right. But do you think that that's part of the play by Johnny Depp? The last word?
So you think
The ultimate fuck you?
hey, like you think you think he like fucking hustled her to get to shit the bed?
No,
So they can use her
I
against
don't
him?
think he hustled her. I just think there's very specific pieces that are being brought up
Well,
to
here's
prove this case, and then this case, they're live streaming the case on TikTok. Like,
I do
are you
okay.
fucking serious?
Okay, I do think that like I do think that Johnny Depp was like in the room, right? And he was like, okay, Mr. Depp, can you tell us about your case? And he goes in there and he's like, yeah, you know, like
And
she's
she
been hitting
shit the
me
bed.
and she shit the bed. Like, right. Like, okay. That's our case
I'm
opener
gonna
right
need you
there.
to close on that.
Right, exactly. So yeah. So I don't know,
Shapiro
man.
and Shapiro, attorney at law.
I don't
just
think
gave you the home run, baby.
I don't even think that Johnny Cochran could figure that shit out. Like that's like you realize that like Johnny Cochran made OJ's glove shrink, but there's no way he's making that turd disappear. There's no way.
Mm-mm. He ain't picking it up.
Well, R.I.P. 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 All right. Well, I think I'm gonna leave on this note of I'm not as much of an asshole as I thought I was. I'm still an asshole, but I'm not Amber Heard asshole.
Right. She's been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and made a cult out of it.
I survive Amber shit 2022.
Turds dropping everywhere, everybody.
I drop unexpectedly like Amber shit.
Hey, guys, and just so you know, poop's funny.
Poop is hilarious. Thank you.
It will always be funny.
These are facts.
Poop jokes make me laugh, so I hope they make you laugh. I
Saturday.
want to hear that poop jokes make you laugh, because we will develop an entire segment based around poop jokes.
And if poop jokes do not make you laugh, then you're an Amber Heard. Yeah, exactly. You're an Amber Heard type of asshole.
That's it. Then we can't
that's what it
relate.
is.
We apologize.
Exactly. So
Sincerely. Please don't shit in my bed.
Don't be a bed shitter, please.
Nobody likes a shitty bed.
Yeah. On that note,
we out you.
We out.
Peace.